Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, Sacred Geography, Shinrin-yoku, and Yurt Life, bringing you a grand solar minimum update. Monday, October 16th, around 8 p.m. Mountain Time 2023. Afghanistan is hit by the fourth 6.3 magnitude quake in just over a week. What does it mean? We've also have a 6.4 rumbler in the Aleutians. Keep calm. It's boom time. Coldest air since spring has millions shivering as fall chill settles in across the eastern half of the U.S. Temperatures are expected to rise near or slightly above average at the end of the week before another coastal storm could threaten the East Coast. Let's take a look at the current temperature anomaly for Sunday into Monday and Tuesday, and even Wednesday should remain cool in the east. Here is the tropical forecast. We have one disturbance here with an 80% chance formation through the next 7 days. Will be headed its way towards the Leeward Islands. You can see here two other potential tropical disturbances in the Pacific we're keeping a close eye on. Snowpack looking good except for Montana. Most of the areas like Wyoming, 200-300% above normal. Montana, the red zone, and parts of Utah. The good news is that the snow forecast in the next few days is showing heavy snow starting Tuesday and Wednesday, October 25th and 6th there, moving into the Rockies all the way down to Texas, the nexus of the Schmexus. Heavy totals in Utah and Montana will help alleviate the current snowpack drought. Autumn air mass for the east, rainy conditions and strong winds for the Pacific Northwest and northern plains. Cooler weather along with a few showers are expected across the eastern third of the country through today. An approaching storm for the Pacific Northwest will track inland across the northern plains today and into Tuesday. Rainy conditions and strong winds are expected for these areas. For southern portions of Alaska, increasing winds and precipitation are forecast into the middle of the week. Let's take a look at the precipitation and moisture here. See if we can get it. And we'll be able to take a look at some of that weather. There's that storm in the Pacific Northwest that's moving in. Really nothing else to show. This is through Friday. So Friday we could see some developing precipitation in the East Coast. But other than that, very quiet week ahead. As record freeze grips China. Minus 28.4 C at Hala Lake. Snow is building in Siberia and monthly cold records broken in Myanmar. And we also have a polar plunge for Europe. Take a look at the snowpack there. Afghanistan hit by the fourth 6.3 magnitude quake in just over a week. The initial earthquakes on October 7th flattened whole villages in the province of Herat in one of the most destructive tremors in the country's recent history. And now three more 6.3s in that same region, one after another. The good news is that most of the buildings have already collapsed. A powerful 6.3 magnitude earthquake struck western Afghanistan on Sunday, just over a week after deadly quakes and aftershocks flattened entire villages. The USGS said the quake's epicenter was 20 miles outside of Herat. The area's fourth earthquake of that magnitude in recent days. So, a couple people injured, and I don't think any deaths from this rumbler. Seismic update, biggest quake of note, we're looking at here, a 6.4, 65 kilometers north-northwest of Adak, Alaska. No tsunami warning with that one. We do have some increased activity here on the west coast, and we're keeping a close eye on that as some activity here in Argentina at Blot Echo depth. Could be seeing a larger quake there in the day to come. There is some rumbling going on at Iceland. We had two seismic swarms on the Reykjanes Peninsula, and now we have some activity at Bardabunga again. So Iceland is heating up. Could be heating up for an eruption that may begin by Christmas, once again in the Reykjanes region. Worldwide volcano news update. We've got Ibu puffing to 8,000. Semaru to 14,000 feet. We've got Bezimiani today to 17,000 feet. And the big winner, Chicken Dinner. We had a huge blast. Where is it? I think I just passed it by. We had a 27,000 foot blast. and I can't find it. There it is, Kluchiskov earlier today, 27,000-foot puffer, and also 25,000-foot puff from Sabankaya as Home Reef volcano continues to grow and lava flows continue to create steam there. Space weather news update. We had 2 quite large sea flares over the last 24 hours coming from active region 3467. Look at that. We have 2 sunspots facing Earth, but nothing really significant happening as far as space weather. The sun has gone quiet. KP down at 0 for the last 6 hours. Hours of psychic powers. And the 3-day geomagnetic forecast is for all calm. As the establishment's uproar over new climate-denying scientific papers, the coffee-spitting alarmists and sensorial establishment players have collectively thrown their arms up in outrage at the slew of new scientific papers calling into question their precious anthropogenic global warming hypothesis. And kudos go out to those scientists with the moxie to stick to their guns and stand up with principles like Willie Soon and Sari Science. Now, Lee and I got a kick out of this morning reading this article. City-sized comet racing towards Earth regrows horns after massive volcanic eruptions. The cryovolcanic comet 12P Pons-Brooks, which will make its closest approach to Earth next year, has resprouted its distinctive horns after its second major eruption in 4 months. The only problem is it's not a cryovolcanic comet and it's not erupting. These are electrical effects, and this is an electric comet. The fairy tales that these people write today is embarrassing. Runes on Viking stones speak to an ancient queen's power. Analysis of carved inscriptions more than 1,000 years old suggest the prominence of the Viking queen, Thyra. The carvings are spectacular, and the article will be linked below. Animal contraceptive and antibiotics detective in 10 popular fast foods. Oh, holy macaroni. 2 types of animal antibiotics and an animal contraceptive had been detected in food samples from America's top 10 most popular food chains. If you thought fast food was food, well, maybe this will help you stay away from it. And we just published our 3rd video over at Yurt Life. Please subscribe. It'll be a fun ride where today we installed a wood-burning stove so that Mateo can stay warm this winter. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share this video as we are shadow banned and we need your help to grow. Become a Patreon. Support the work we do and watch all of our podcasts commercial-free in one place. Be safe. We love you. And that's a boom.